All right, it's Friday night. The bridge isn't up, and God is willing. We are here. That's where we are. Actually, we're over here. I was looking over there, but now I'm looking over here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody. Hey, fellas. Hey, gals. Hey, my friends and all my pals. All right, hi. Time to do a Friday night show so we can cut out the singing and all that stuff. It is cold for Miami people or for Peter. Why don't we just leave it right there so I don't speak for anybody else? I'm cold. I have to have a jacket on and a shirt and an undershirt and, of course, the regular pants, underwear, shoes, but no sock. I should have put socks on. That'll help me feel warmer. So I actually have some hot chocolate here, and I got some whipped cream, so I could put it in my hot chocolate. Why don't I do that now? Shake. Oh, there's almost nothing left in here. That's my whipped cream. I think I got cheated. Not sure, but I think I got cheated. What does that look like to you? Does that look like it's enough whipped cream? I don't think so. I think there should be a lot more. I think it should come all the way up, 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 up. And we should have lots and lots and lots of whipped cream in there. So I got cheated. And because I'm in the chair here doing the live show with you, I can't get up and go get another can of whipped cream. So what's with the empty can? And who the heck emptied this can? Seriously. If you're going to empty the can, throw it in the garbage. Are you one of those guys that just open the whipped cream and goes right down in your mouth? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? All right, so I have got, what? What was the name of this show? Oh, Ecamm, if you're running the beta version, which is different than the regular version. The regular version is the one that you download and you pay for and everything. Well, once you download and you pay for it, and you can use my link, if I even have it in the description, I don't even know. I'll have to go look because maybe it's not there. Maybe somebody here can look and tell me a little bit more about this than I've got for myself. But anyway, they did an update. And the update for this software, which is the beta version, which is ongoing, honestly, it's just eternal. Meaning I've been on the beta version since probably about the second month where I actually owned Ecamm Live. So that's what we got going. We got anybody in the room with us? Yes, we do. We got Woody. Cold over there, Woody? I bet it is. Now, some of you guys that live up past north of Orlando, if you were down here, you would have no problem with this weather, okay? It's that I'm acclimated to hot, 80 to 100, over 100 degrees every single day. So I think my body gets accustomed to that. Not sure what the science is, but when it gets cold, like it's in the 40s tonight, might even be in the 40s now, I'm inland from the beach area. So when you get a reading for Miami, it's over by the airport. I'm more inland. So it's cooler here, always, than what it is over at the airport or on the beach. So, let's see. On my phone, it does tell me something. So I started to say, if you guys are used to much colder weather, you would chuckle at me with the way I feel, but I feel cold. And when I say I feel cold, all right, so it feels like 48. And the actual temperature is 51. And the low of tonight is going to be 45. It's going to go 45 at 2 a.m. So I hope I'll be sleeping or I might get caught up in a movie. But by 2 a.m. tonight, so now it's 10, we did go live. Are we live? Can you see me? I better look and see who's in here, because sometimes I go live in the unlisted version, and that's not good. So Woody is saying good evening. So yes, you guys can see me. Scott's here now. Scotty has been out lately playing gigs, going on dinners or whatever and stuff like that. So I don't know, I get hungry when he's not around. And Sammy's here. Hi, Sammy. How you doing, Sammy? I love you, Sammy. I love all of you guys. Ecamm Audio Isolate. Thank you. You heard me. That's what I titled the show. I'm glad you wrote that down, Scotty. Otherwise, I'd have to go look up. And what did I title the show tonight? And Randy says, howdy. And howdy back to you, Randy. How are you doing? Scott, did I say hi to you? Yeah, you put there it is. You put the title of the show there so I would know what I'm supposed to be talking about. Okay, so Randy says, howdy. Howdy right back at you there, partner. And he's added a horse. And I don't know how, I don't know, can you do that automatically? Because I see like almost every comment that he makes now has got the little horsey there. So that is the Texas Cowboys, right? Dallas Cowboys? I like that team. I liked it when, what was his name? The one with the hat? It was all class. Now you see these guys that are head coaches and stuff. They don't even dress nice. The NFL has gone to hell. Oh, that rhymes. Okay, so that's Randy. And Woody said, I had a 6-degree morning this week. That's got to be cold. Really, really, really cold. Here's my second girlfriend because she is Alex's girlfriend, so I can't say she's my girlfriend, but she's a sweetheart of a girl. Pretty and sweet, and she was sitting right here next to me when Alex was sitting right here. All I had to do is put my arms around both of them, and I had a complete set. Hi, Ashley. How you doing? I'm so glad you came in to say hi. I hope you're nice and warm. If you're not, get over there with Alex real quick and snuggle, cuddle, and all that. This is a good night for a romance. Romantic interludes when it's this cold. Okay? And if not, just get under the blanket. And here's Jim. Love you, Jim. You're in the cold weather arena also. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something so important. It was so important. It was the winning lottery numbers for tomorrow. And I forgot them. Oh my gosh, it must be a senior moment. But Jim is saying, hi, Peter. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Jim. And Lewis is here. Look at that. Hello, Peter and friends. You looking good, buddy. Love you. Well, I love you too, Lewis. And I know you're really farther north than me. So you've got to be a lot used to the colder weather than I am. It gets in the 40s here, and I feel it. You know what's wrong? Especially if it's windy. I feel it go below skin level. I don't know how to explain that, okay? I feel cold to the bone, and that's how I know when I'm cold. When I could feel cold rather than like walking in the Costco refrigerator, it feels cold. They keep the refrigerator cold for the vegetables and stuff, and I walk in there, yeah, it's cold, but it doesn't bother me, okay? But when I used to take Jingle Bells out to do his nightly duty, his wee-wee in the night, if it was really cold and the weather was kicking up, it goes through the clothes, it goes through the skin, it goes down to, I would call it, the bones. Bony bone bones. And that's how I know when I'm getting cold. So I feel a little bit chilly. And that's just how I'm feeling. Now you guys, like Lewis, who's up in Canada, okay, who I just said hello to Lewis, he can handle this with both arms tied behind his back. So it's what you get used to. And I'm guessing maybe the heat would be a lot for you here. I don't know. I don't know how you guys handle all this kind of weather. Now, Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Love you. Now, she's from up north also. If she lives anywhere near Scotty, who is her son. So we got mother and son in here, okay? If you didn't figure that out on your own, shame on you. So if you live anywhere near Scotty, you're up in the Michigan area, which is quite cold. All the whipped cream left. Let's see if there's any more in this can. Yeah. Oh, that's the end. When it's squirting all over the place, that's the end of the whipped cream. Now, am I going to get some on my nose? Is there whipped cream on my nose? Oh my gosh. And I'm live. Live with whipped cream on my nose. So good to see you here, Evelyn. That's the bottom line. That's the main thing. I'm so happy to see you here. Mookie says, oh, by the way, hi, Mook. I love you. Thank you for being here. There is a link to Ecamm in my video description. So if you go to buy it, they actually do give a commission. Actually, if you go to buy anything, try to use a link to my store right before you buy from one of those stores. I don't care if you're buying underwear. I don't care if you're buying socks or coffee maker or a lens or a camera. If you're going to buy something from one of the stores that I have listed, so what do I have listed? I obviously have Adorama and B&H. I'm not sure if Best Buy is listed, but I'm pretty sure Walmart is listed and Amazon. So if you're going to go buy something, it doesn't matter what you buy. It could be as short as 2 hours or it can be as long as 24 hours. If you click on my link, what they do is they register that I sent them a customer. They want customers. That's what they want. And in order for them to get customers, they get people like me to talk about them, to encourage people to go to their store. Like I got this whipped cream at Amazon. I didn't. I got it at Publix, okay? And there'll be a link to it in the description. Now, when you click on that link, Amazon and B&H are the two cheapies, okay? They're good for about 2 hours. Anything at all that you buy, the guy that you click the link, in this case, I hope it's me, will get the credit that you sent them a customer. And what they do is they put a few pennies in your account. So it helps me with a few dollars here and there. Like I've been reading up on turmeric and the spice, and I'm reading that it helps with memory. I'm reading that it helps with cholesterol in your blood, which is different than cholesterol in your body. And it helps with, I guess, a cold or infections and stuff like that. Anyway, turmeric is supposed to be a good thing. I had to call Amazon customer service, and was the nicest lady, amazing. And I asked her, where are you in the world? And she said, I'm in India. I said, oh, well, I'm getting over a cold. You know, if you guys don't have the medicine that you need in your medicine cabinet, what kind of tricks do you use? Because I'm Greek. We have tricks too. Oil of oregano. The Greeks have used it for years. Years and years. You know, they didn't have doctors back then that could just write a prescription and give you 5 pills, you know. So they used actual knowledge to try to help you through. So I told her, what do you guys do when you have like a bad cold or a flu or something? And first thing that came out of her mouth was turmeric. And then right after that was ginger. And I'm going like, well, I got both of those in the house. And I said, what do you do with the turmeric? She says, I put it in my tea. I put it in my food. She says, just don't mix it with black pepper. She says, because the big thing that they talk about is to take a pill that's got turmeric in it. And it also has black pepper in it because it helps you absorb it better. So they sell the pill with the black pepper, a certain kind of black pepper, I'm guessing. Maybe not. Maybe it's just regular black pepper in the one pill. But she said, don't do that. Don't take the turmeric with the black pepper because it kills what's necessary in your liver to do something after the turmeric does its job. So she's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. She just said, don't take it with the black pepper. So I have the turmeric as a spice that you add into chicken soup, that I add into rice to make some yellow rice or something. So the last 2 days, I have been putting like a tablespoon of olive oil right into my smoothie. Don't even taste it. But it's supposed to help your body absorb the turmeric. And I put a teaspoon of turmeric and a tablespoon of olive oil in my smoothie. And I'm not sure, but I think the olive oil makes my smoothie smoother, if that makes any sense to anybody. All right. So one day we'll do a smoothie again together, because my smoothie evolves. It doesn't just stay static. If you guys have hot chocolate, it's time to take a hit. Ah. All right, so let's get going with the show, okay? Oh, first, let me say hi to Norm. Hi, Norm. How you doing, buddy? Did you have dinner with the kids? Are you back at home, or are you listening in the car? The car. So, Jim Out Loud, trying this again from the right channel. Oh, that's Jim's new channel. And I just listened to Jim's new upload. He teaches cybersecurity basically for you and me. It's designed all the way up to high-end companies like the Department of Defense, okay, all the way down to low-end peons like Peter Gregg in the Christmas Room. So it's, I mean, the man is in demand. That's his knowledge. When a company is a big company, a huge company, like, I don't know, not going to pick any company, when they get hit with ransomware and they're locked out and stuff, it's Jim that goes in there and fixes it. So Jim started a new channel, and the name of the channel is Jim Out Loud. I'll put it back up so you can see it. And he is making videos, and the videos are so far aimed where I can understand them. It's not so technical that it's over my head. So he just put up a new one this week. So I do suggest you go over there for two reasons. Number one, he's my friend. Number two, he's part of the family. And number three, you might learn something. But so far, it's common sense. Okay? However, I actually have to give credit for something to Jim. I buy stuff on Amazon. Actually, most of the stuff I buy is on Amazon for online and Walmart. And I would have gotten caught if it wasn't for Jim's admonishment, don't click on links, even if it's something you know. So these people are fishing, not the fishing like that where you try to catch a fish. They're fishing for people that are weak-minded, where I almost was, okay? And it said your Amazon delivery couldn't be delivered. Please click here to correct the problem. And of course, if I clicked there, it would have taken me someplace that would want to download something into my computer, and we'd be off and running with all kinds of, bad actors, bad people. There are a lot of bad people out there, believe it or not. I come across as very kind and sweet, and I like to think that I am. And I'm not saying that to compliment myself. That's the God part that's in my heart coming through. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. And I read the Bible, and I try to do what is expected of me. And if I fail, you need to understand I'm not condemned. That's why Jesus died on the cross. He took all my sins off of me and put them on him on the cross. It doesn't stop there, though. He took all of his righteousness, his perfectness, and put it on me in my daily life. That's what becoming and being a Christian is. And that's why it gets me upset. Not anymore, but it used to. When you hear these preachers, they are slapping you down with hellfire and brimstone, and if you fall, you fall, and God's going to get you. No, that's not the truth. Okay? So what the problem is, a lot of these preachers say, well, you can't tell people that they're completely forgiven because they're just going to go out and sin up a storm like they've got permission to sin. Well, I thought, well, that might be right. And then I thought about it for a few days. This is back a few years. And I came to the conclusion, people are sinning the sin they want to now anyway. There's no restriction. So that's a fear tactic. I don't like fear tactics. I don't like people that put fear tactics on me. I'm leaving tomorrow on a trip. So enjoy the time that you have with me because I'll be gone tomorrow. And if something happens to me, you'll never see me again. Guilt tactic. Okay? Wrong answer. I should be nice because I love the person that I'm with. Whether it be a female, a male, a family member, a friend. If you love somebody, go ahead and love them. Okay? It's the violations that are the bad part. We teach our kids it's got to be consensual when you do something or you're being a bully. Okay? So, anyway, how did I get onto that? It had something to do with Norm. Norm started this. I know Norm started this. I don't know what he did. I can't remember what he did. But Norm started it. It's his fault. Okay? Hi, Norm. Love you, buddy. Oh, it's his shiny head. His shiny head. See the picture over there on the left? His shiny head blinded me for a second, and I kind of lost track of what I'm doing. Like, what the hell am I doing kind of a thing. Okay? So I showed you Jim's channel. I showed you Norm who writes. And here is Roy. It's 28 degrees Celsius there right now. I used to know the formula for Celsius to Fahrenheit. Oh my God. It was 9 plus 9 times 5. I forgot the formula. It's a lot easier to say, Norm, what's 28 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? That's the easy way to do it because he'll write it down and all I have to do is read it. I don't have to engage the brain, okay? So, apparently 28 degrees is pleasant according to Norm. Now, Norm is a grade A world-class kidder, jokester. So I don't know if the pleasant actually fits or not. He could just actually be being very nice and being a good boy right now. Or he could be playing a joke on me. 28 degrees might not be pleasant at all. But I don't know the Celsius scale, so I have to fall to his niceness and sweetness, or I have to fall to his practical jokes. Either way, he's a loving guy. Doesn't matter. He's not the kind of guy that's going to hurt you. He'll make you laugh, So Mookie says it's 13 degrees in Fahrenheit in Pittsburgh, so that's cold. I don't even want to think about what it feels like. So the cool weather will nip you in the bud too, huh? I didn't say butt. I said bud. I don't know where your bud is. I know where your butt is. I don't know where your bud. But apparently, you don't like it when it's that cold either. And that's why I'm wearing this hoodie, okay? And if I actually turn around, this is one of the hoodies that's online somewhere where I sell it. I don't know, this is hiding it probably. And it's a Christmas hoodie. And I didn't put anything on the front, stupidly, when I designed it. Because it would probably say Merry Christmas, Peter Gregg on it, Nobody ever accused me of being a brain, okay? Half a brain, you have 2 cents. Your brain is 2. Never mind. I was going to make a joke and I screwed it all the way up. All right, so Mookie says Tom Landry. That's who it is. Thank you, Mookie. What a memory you got. Classy man. I used to like the Dallas Cowboys. It started by me liking Tom Landry. And the same thing happens now. And then when these guys fall or I hear bad things about them, I really get disappointed. And it's gotten to the point where, other than the close of the season, the NFL means nothing to me. No offense, Mark, okay? No offense. You do your job and do it well, okay? Because he He gets into the teams, what they're doing this week on his channel, which he will eventually come in here and say hi. And he'll tell you which team is likely to win in case you're one of those guys that love to get online and bet a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there, okay? But the NFL, I lost respect for them. Not the players, some of the players, okay? Just because of their attitude in this last few years. And I don't care if they exist or if they don't, to be honest with you. It actually caused me to get involved much more in soccer. I don't know anything political about soccer at the point, and don't enlighten me. I just want to enjoy it. Soccer is fun to watch. Actually, a friend of mine got me into watching soccer because he would be here, he'd be turning it on the TV. I had no choice but to watch it, but after a little bit of time, boy, that got interesting. Now I watch soccer on my own, and I don't know any politics that goes on in soccer, and I'm just enjoying it. So that is what's going on. Lewis is here, and he's saying, Randy, I've been loving your videos lately. Thank you so much. Randy is saying, Roy has the kangaroo emoji, and I have the horse, number 2, galloping horse emoji. Now, do you have to put that in every time you write a comment? Or is there like an automatic stick this to the end of my comment function? Because if I would have to do the automatic, if I had to stick it at the end every single time I make a comment, it would get old, honestly. But if it actually is every time I make a comment, time for some hot chocolate. Let's stir this whipped cream in because it's kind of melted down. It's still nice and warm. So basically, this is hot water. 2 tablespoons of Hershey's dark cocoa powder. Half or a quarter maybe, or a little more than a quarter teaspoon of liquid, which makes a difference. Liquid monk fruit. And a little squirt of, ta-da, the empty can here. And that is my hot chocolate. And let me tell you something. This is very good hot chocolate. I'm thinking that the quality of the hot chocolate would change with the powder or the chocolate that I choose to put in it. Because anybody can go to Publix or your grocery store. Publix is my grocery store, in case you're wondering. Why do you keep saying that word? We don't have anything here called Publix. In the southeastern United States, there's a large grocery store that is like your top tier, top end. Yes, sir, I'll take that back. No problems. Your high service grocery store, and their name is Publix. And I grew up with them since we've been in Miami, since 63, 62? So I just say Publix like Kleenex. The tissue is Kleenex. There's many brands, and Kleenex is a brand, but I'll say Kleenex, and it'll cover everything. Like when I was young and we used to visit my grandmother in New York, or when they moved to Virginia, you don't vacuum the carpet, you hoover the carpet. And when you want to get milk, it's not out of the refrigerator, it's out of the Frigidaire. Okay? So there's certain terms that take on a generic meaning to them. I can't think of anything current, but I'm sure there is something that is current, that when you say the word, it covers all the competitors because it covers that product. That's what the tissues with the Kleenex does for me. And that's what Publix does for me when I talk about a grocery store. This is the Panasonic Lumix S9, by the way. And the Lumix S5 Mark II, which I have, Shane was telling me when I was communicating with him that they have a new firmware for that. So be aware of that. I'm announcing that. So I'm kind of doing this in reverse tonight. We are reading the comments, and I should be teaching you about the plugin or the New feature on Ecamm. I love the cold. I'll be completely honest with you, Peter. Well, it lets you get dressed up and nice. I just don't like getting cold, you know, or catching a cold, which is another part of the word cold. But there's people that love the cold, and you know what? You're in the right place for it because it gets cold up there. So God has blessed you. You want cold, Lewis? God said, I will give you cold weather. And there you go. So Sammy says, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I am feeling better. How do I sound? Do I sound like I'm getting over a cold? I had a cold. Still fighting the tail end of it. But I really, really tackled heavy. Not once a day, but twice a day. Taking my vitamins that I would take once a day. Vitamin C, vitamin zinc, oil of oregano, NAC. If you're not taking NAC, it's something that helps clear out. It's like a Mucinex at a medicinal level. Vitamin D3, vitamin K2, all of this in the morning. And 8 drops of oil of oregano, the liquid. And then I do it again when we finish the show tonight. I'm going to make another smoothie. I'm putting all that stuff in it again. And now I have added 2 more things to my daily smoothie. A teaspoon of turmeric, which I'm about to run out because the bottle only had that much in it. And that's thanks to this lady that was helping me with Amazon. She said, Peter, you take turmeric, you feel better. So I did exactly what the lady said. And you know, she is 100% correct. It doesn't really add any taste to it. I was waiting for a bang. There was no bang, you know. And I did look it up on Google to see what she was talking about. And she said, don't take it with pepper. And a lot of them are advertised turmeric combined with pepper. Buy our pill, you know. And she said, don't do that. It actually damages your liver. And I'm trying to be good to my liver, my pancreas, my kidneys, my prostate, my heart, my arteries, my blood level, and what do they call it? The metabolic levels and everything. So Randy says that 28 degrees is 82. Well, that's nice. But honestly, comfortable for me would actually be somewhere between 76 and 78. I like a little coolness, and at night I like it when it goes down to 70 because then the house can get cooler and I could save a little electricity because our electric bill here is $600 a month. $600! And that is during the hot months, which is 10 out of 12. Okay. So when it gets cooler, I shut the air conditioners, the compressor. It's off. There's no air conditioners running in the house right now. And if there is, God help the person that turned it on. It's in the 40s. Why are we paying Florida Power and Light to cool off when we already have God put the air conditioner on outside? Use it. Open the window. Shh, open the window. Okay. So Randy is talking to Lewis. Philip is here. And it's 8 degrees in Montreal. Oh, that's cold. So how do you do with that, Philip? Do you do well with it, or are you already accustomed to it? So it's 8 degrees. It's cold. We know we have to put on hoodies, a jacket, extra layers of clothing and stuff like that. Or does it get you? That's the thing. People can keep telling me what the temperature is all over the place. I'm not there. I'm here. And the temperature that we have right now in Miami is, open the weather app, 50 degrees. And the low tonight, I told you, is going to be 42. So that is cold for me. So I can give you the number, but how I handle it is what matters. So I would have to put on, like, at this time of year when I take Jingles out to do his pee, okay, I layer. And I was, you know, many times I was in bed, so I used to layer with blankets. Put on one blanket and then another blanket that I could put up over my head. I probably look like a robber, you know, a burglar or something. And I go out and just because I had to make sure the blanket went down to my feet because my toes would freeze. So when Phil says that it's 8 degrees, how do you handle that? You know, it's like easy for you to handle, or it's on the tougher side of Sears. Remember the commercials that used to say the softer side of Sears? So Randy says he does have to apply the horse at the end of his comment. So I write the comment and then select the emoji and it's done. Well, that's good. Now, a lot of the programs will show you what emoji you use the most, okay? And some don't. And I'm thinking, like, why not? You know, the ones that do show you what emoji you use the most, that's very friendly. Cheers. If you're having hot chocolate along with me, have a sip right now. We'll do it together. So Mook is saying, what does the noise reduction feature do? And does it work well? Let's find out. I think we're at the end. Sammy says you switched on your mic. Oh, you just switched your mic. Yeah, I don't know which one you were looking at, but Sammy knows everything of what I do, so he'll get me confused about myself. But I still love him to no end. He's the best kid you ever wanted to meet. So now let's look and see what they've added. So what I do is if I sit here and I record a show that's going to go up on, let's say, the big channel or the kitchen channel or something, and I'm going to sit here and I don't broadcast, but I record it. Then I take that video and I put it in Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro has a setting for voice isolation, okay? Now, we have not had that in Ecamm, but it just got added, okay? So let's add it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on so you could see everything. Makes it a little more confusing, okay? But you could see everything I'm going to do because now you're seeing all of my desktop, okay? You can see the comments over there, okay? You could see all the little windows underneath me there, all right? So I turned it on so you could see everything, okay? There's a window over here. I don't know if you see the mouse when I move it around. So somebody needs to tell me, yes, I can see you moving the mouse, or no, I can't. But this window right here that's called sound levels, if I close this, okay, it's gone. If I come back in here and I click on the little microphone over here, it comes back. So in here, this is, you see the green bar where it's going as I'm talking? Okay, and I have it set so basically you actually can see it basically tipping the yellow a little bit. That's where I like it to be. And that's the Black Magic design. So I'm using, no, you can't see it, it's out of the frame. I'm using the ATM Mini, not for cameras, but I'm mixing my mixer, and it goes into the ATM Mini, and the ATM Mini is going into the card where all the cameras and all of that is together. Now, the ATM Mini is made by where my mouse is, Black Magic Design. So if I click here, I can use the deck link and pick one of those. I can use Microsoft Teams audio or what I'm actually using now, okay? And then underneath here, it's got a whole bunch of different stuff, okay, that I'm not going to be using tonight. Now, if you look in the corner over here, let me move my head so I can see. You see this little piece of the puzzle? Now, if you click on that, all right, you get this new window. I'll move it over here so I can see it. Okay. And this is audio filters. Now, there's no audio filters showing right now. They would be listed here. So I'm going to add, clicking on the plus, I'm going to add a filter. Okay. I'm going to add a plugin because these are actually plugins. So if I click here, it gives me a list of all these different filters. Now, if you guys are now leaning in to see, oh, what's there, what's there, what's there? Well, remember, you could play this back and see it. So don't get freaked out, all right? You can come back and see it after the show is done. Now, at the very bottom, it's got something called sound isolation. I'm going to click on that, okay? And it opens another new window. All right. And this is the sound isolation. It's set to 100%. And I don't know if it's engaged here or not. And at the bottom here, I've been playing with this too. So the sound to isolate is voice or high quality voice. I don't know what the difference is between the two, and they haven't made directions yet. So I'm going to just leave it on voice, and I'm going to leave it at 100%. I'm going to close this out. Okay. And now it's showing me that I have the sound isolation is here. And if I click on it, it'll bring back that window that I just closed out. Okay. And I can control it down to 0 and even into the negative. And again, I don't know if this is happening live or if it happens after I close the window. So there is no directions yet. This just came and appeared just a couple of days ago. So I'm going to leave it at 100%. Now I do have the yellow fan running in here, which is designed just to circulate air. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on. I'm going to close this window. No, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to close this window and exit out. And now I'm going to be quiet and tell me if you hear the fan that's running in the background. All right, so that's the full volume. As you can see the slider over here, and there's absolutely nothing running when I'm quiet. So watch this when I'm quiet. It actually zeroes out, doesn't show anything. So you see how it's happening? Now, what's the first thing that comes into my mind? Well, thank you, Mookie. Mookie's saying it's happening live, and Randy says it's happening live with the when I'm using the bar. Okay, so that answers my first question. I didn't know if it was happening live. Now, when I do this in Final Cut Pro, meaning I record something, I'm going to show you the A7C Mark II. I'm going to talk and make a video. I take this into Final Cut Pro, meaning when I say this, I mean the clip, and I add the voice isolation. And in Final Cut Pro, it comes in at 50%. Now, the reason that we have these percentages is if I talk a little bit low, or if there's an S like sugar, or she's nice. Okay, if it's too aggressive, it clips off the trailing end of my word. Let's say I'm the kind of guy that talks with a little sing-song into my voice. So it's nice that you came to see me today. Okay. Now, if it's clipping, okay, what I want to try this because this voice isolation that they added actually is made by Apple. So it might be the same voice isolation that's in Final Cut Pro. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to click on the little gear here. I'm going to try to bring everything back up. Okay. I'm going to go to the voice isolation, the sound isolation, they're calling it. All right. Now, I hope you paid attention because I'm going to move it down to 50% now. Okay. I was going to type in 50%, but I'm not at the keyboard. So let's just get close to 50%. All right. 52%. That's close enough. All right. Now I'm going to back my way out. I don't really need to because you already told me that you can hear it as I'm sliding. All right. So now let me be quiet for a second and tell me if you hear the yellow fan which I would say is 2, 4, 6, 8 feet away from me. Let me be quiet. So that's 50%. And I'd rather not be full power because I don't want it to cut off any the beginning of my word or end. Or if I just talk slow or if I talk low, I don't want it to cut me off. And that's why I don't want it at 100%. Because at 100%, it's likely to cut off any trailing sounds that are coming out of my mouth or even my nose. So at 50%, it might be a little bit better. Now, let's try this. I'm snapping my finger, that, at the edge of almost the full length of my hand. Now that's at 50%. Did it eliminate that? So this is a new free part of Ecamm, is the noise reduction. And you can pile them on more one after the other. So if I go back in here, well, how about if we live a little dangerous? Okay, let's add a fun one. Okay, we're going to add something. Apply it to the main mic. Let's add a plugin. Well, you know, I like to sing. Let's see if they got a reverb type of a thing in here. Yeah, I can't read this too well. That's what's wrong. It's got an EQ in here. It's got a dynamic processor. There's a lot of neat stuff to play with. I wanted to find a reverb, like a theater or something like that. There it is. Reverb, right there. Boom. Oh, this sucker's got a lot of choices. Okay. We have gain, delay, randomize. So this is something, so this is Christmas. I don't like this song. Okay, but I might have reverb. So here you can adjust the delay. And I don't know what the difference is between, the minimum delay and the maximum, the frequency, the time. Okay, so now if I close this window and then I come back over here, I can actually hopefully turn the reverb off by clicking here. Now, that should have turned the reverb off. Okay? Can somebody help me by confirming that the reverb is now off? Because if that's true, that means if I want reverb, all I need to do is come in here, leave it in my list, and turn it on and go, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear everybody. Happy birthday to you. Then click it off, and hopefully the reverb went bye-bye. What you think? So now I only have the voice isolation on, and if I am correct, it's still set to 50%. All right, so since I have this open, anybody challenge me on the 50%, higher or lower? Anybody have any thoughts? Let's not fall asleep. You got to give me some feedback, okay? 50% is where I'm going to leave it unless somebody comes in here and says it's too much and you're still clipping yourself, meaning cutting off the beginning or the end, or it's not enough, okay? So we need to try this again with the whatchamacallit, with the air conditioner on too, which I don't think the compressor would actually turn on because the air conditioner makes a lot of noise. So Randy is saying 100% is not cutting off your words. 50% of your voice is quieter. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at 50%. Reverb is not working. Okay. I'm going to have to play with the... so Randy thinks that it should be higher. So now that I got it open, let's come and change it from 50%. Let's move it up to 75%, which would be halfway between what we were just doing and 100%. So now we're somewhere around 75%, if I can see that properly. Okay. And then I will leave it there. And this is what it would be. Now this second line over here on the left is where the reverb that Randy says is not working. Okay. So it's not clipping. So it's not. Okay. So now we're at 75%. I'm going to listen back to this, obviously, when I sign off. And if I want to make a change, because I'm into sound, I recorded the CD, which I don't even know where it is. It's around here somewhere. Okay. And so I actually pay attention to sound very heavily. All right, everybody, grab your hot chocolate. Let's take another sip. So this is a new part of Ecamm. It's in the beta. So if you're not in the beta, you're not going to find it. Okay. So let's, let me just, before I leave the demo mode, let me remind you how to find it. Open your sound levels window. That's this one right here. Okay. And that opens up. If you hover in the big window, you get all these icons on the right side. If I go out of the big window, they disappear. My, oh my, look at that. So you come over here and you click on the mic. And if you don't have this window open and positioned, okay, I keep mine open because that's what gives me the heads up that there's no sound happening. Okay. So you come over here, you click on the mic, and the window will appear where you left it. Okay, so this is basically where I like it. So these are the three major windows I use. Now, there's more than three windows. Hello? Hello? There you are. All right, but these are the main ones, and this is my overall setup that you're seeing now. I have the monitor in the middle. Hi, Peter. I can see myself waving. This black jacket looks good. All right, so then I have from right to left, Chinese style or Bible style. Hebrew is right to left. I can see the level. I can change the volume level here. Okay, so I leave it all the way up and then I change it here on the mixer. Okay, that's just the way I roll. Okay, but if the green stopped being there, that means there's no sound coming through. And that has saved my bacon a few times. Okay. And then over here is the scenes. And so I can actually come here and I can show you the pool outside. Okay. So that's the pool outside. And I'm sitting in the bubble in the corner. Okay. I didn't put the vacuum in tonight, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Lewis will be on. Lewis came to visit, by the way. I spent a little time with him, and he taught me something. All right, let me finish this. And these are my overlays in the first window here, which I'm not going to get into now. Now, to turn off all of this so that we're back to where you only see the one window at the top left, is I come into Options, and I turn off the demo mode. They call this, like this is where I do my demonstrations. So it's the live demo mode is on, and now the live demo mode is off. Now you no longer see everything that is happening all around, okay? You're only seeing what was in the big preview window, and that's what's being broadcast. And that is the normal stance, okay? So let's see. Randy says that it's better at 75%. Well, good. That's what I wanted. Louder. I don't know if you're asking me to go louder or it sounds louder, but I'll listen back to it. And Randy wants to go to Arby's and get a Jamocha milkshake. I'm with you, buddy. Come by and pick me up. We'll go. I love the Jamocha shakes from Arby's. Those things are one of my favorites. It seems like this is sort of a sound gate and noise compressor all in one. You know, Mookie, I could leave it alone or I could challenge you. The reason I want to challenge that statement is because I've used the sound gate and the noise suppressor, and it doesn't just target my voice. The voice isolation actually isolates the voice. So when I walk around with the A7C Mark II and I take that clip and I put it inside of Final Cut Pro, I turn the voice isolator on. Suddenly it sounds like I have a big freaking microphone on there. It really targets whatever the frequency levels are of the voice. Now, a total sound engineer would be able to do that. That's without question. I can do it with the push of a button, which makes things easier for me to get it done. Okay. So, let's see. Where did I leave off? And Randy is saying, Eleanor, B is spelled wrong in your scenes. But see, you never see that. That's private. That you're looking in my underwear drawer. Yeah, well, you just spelled it wrong too. It's Eleanor, and I'll have to go over and look. I can't really see it too well here, Randy. Okay, so I'll have to go and find Eleanor B and correct it just for Randy. Okay, so that's it. That's what I wanted to show you, and we've discussed all of our comments, and we have had our Friday night show. So we're done. You can go home now. You can go have your hot chocolate. You can watch a movie. You could feel good. Don't forget to watch Sly on Tuesday night, which I put an alarm on for myself to watch. I sat in my bed. I got it all ready. I was like 15 minutes early, and I fell sound asleep. I slept through the entire freaking show. And I put an alarm. You know how you can put an alarm in your phone? I put one in my iPad. And I just laid down in my bed and I got comfortable. And I figured, okay, at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, she goes on, I'm going to watch Sly. I woke up. It was 1:30. Oh, crap. I missed the whole show. It happens. Randy falls asleep during my show. Scotty falls asleep during my show. Who else falls asleep during my show? It's okay. That's why we're friends. If you're that tired or you get that sleep that comes over you, ba-bada bing, bada boom, fall asleep. Okay? Here's Mark. I'm leaving, Mark. You're coming, I'm going. How's it going, Peter? Anything new? Nah. New York, New England, New Jersey, New Florida. Love you, Mark. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great week and cheers. And what's going to happen next Friday at 10 o'clock? If God is willing and the bridge isn't up, we'll have a show. And we'll see what we show next week. So tonight was everybody that wants to see some of the new stuff that's going on in Ecamm. It's the beta, not the regular. Okay, so if you start looking for that little piece of the puzzle in the regular one, it's in the bottom right corner. It's not there. It ain't there. It's in the beta version. And I have run beta ever since it came out. They update the beta over and over and over, and it doesn't trash everything. It did it once or twice when I'm guessing they did a really, really deep rewrite. Okay, but normally I don't have to reset anything. It's Apple that actually causes me to have to reset stuff when they update my computer. No. Nay, 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 as John Panay will say. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. God willing, and the bridge isn't up, I will see you next week. If you're watching this on the rewind to things, say hello to me, please. And click on one link of the store where you're going to buy anything right before you buy it. Doesn't matter what you're going to buy. Just click on that store. And then anything you buy, let's say within the next 2 hours, they will give me the credit. That adds up to anywhere from $10 to $30 a month. And that helps a lot when I want to buy a little this or a little that, all right? So that is how you can bless me. All right, goodbye, everybody. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I will catch you on the flip. Wait, stop. I'm not leaving yet. I wanted to show you something. This is my iPhone, okay? Now, when I plug in to charge it, I've been having a hard time plugging in to charge it. So Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, came to visit. And when he came to visit, I told him, because he used to work on this stuff. And he said, oh, I'll fix that for you in 2 seconds. So he says, do you have a paper clip? So I said, sure. So I got him a paper clip. So you go and find the hole on the bottom. And what happens is dirt gets in the hole. And every time you plug in that lightning connector, this is not USB-C. Maybe it is. Maybe it'll do the same thing on USB-C. Okay? It starts caking up layer after layer after layer. So when you try to stick it in the hole, it doesn't go in as deep and it doesn't make the contacts for it to charge. So I have to wiggle it for it to charge. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to have to send this in and get it fixed. So he took the paper clip and he shoved it up in there and he scraped back and forth. It's amazing the gunk that came out of this little ding-dong hole. And now when I plug it in, it goes bing, it starts charging right up. Thank you, Mr. Camera Junkie. And Aiden was with him, but it was too cold to pull him out of the car. So he came by to say hi. He just came back from his trip on a podcast festival and stuff. But now I'm charging up great. A little paper clip. You want to scrape the bottom of the tub inside of that hole down there, okay? And when you scrape it, the crud will come out. That crud is not only being built up, but every time you push in the charging cable, you are compacting it harder and harder and harder. It ain't never going to fall out, okay? So that becomes very important. And now when I lay down, I plug it in. Last night, well, he came 2 days ago. I laid down, plug it in. It immediately beeped and told me it was charging. So that is worth a short. What do they call those things on YouTube videos? Just how to clean the bottom thing so your phone will charge better. And let's just say it covers USB-C plugs and the lightning plugs. Because the more you shove the plugs in there, the more it's compressing the lint that's in your pocket or any dirt that got in there, and it won't let the contacts make their contact. Important stuff, right? All right, now I could say goodnight. All right, I love you guys. God willing, and the bridge ain't up. See you next Friday, Friday, Friday. Goodbye.